Well, hello out there. How's everybody doing? Is everybody very conservative in New York? Christopher Wright. I'm going to keep it short and sweet and go straight to the point. I just want to say rest in peace to a legend, public figure, an icon in conservatism, the late Mr. Rush Limbaugh. I don't want to make it about myself, make it about Rush. So I'm going to be short and to the point. How I got into conservatism, how Rush affected me personally. It all began with conservatism when I was younger. I told people the story. I was doing cable service for Comcast, and I was doing cable for a gentleman who was like the, I guess people say, stereotypical redneck kind of guy. I went to do his service, long strangly hair, white gentleman, not to bring race into it. Confederate flags, Budweiser cans over his house and everything. But I ended up doing his cable service, and he had serious issues. It took me a long time to do it. So I was working really hard, running new cables and wires to his home. He saw me out in the Georgia sun, sweating, all that good stuff. He said, young man, we need something to drink, something to eat, let's talk. So we ended up talking, having a good conversation, just basic American stuff, sports, what's going on, world issues, stuff like that. Then we got on topic of politics, and this is about 2 weeks after Obama got elected. And we got deep into politics, and at the end of the conversation, I was walking back to my truck to leave because I was done doing the service and everything. And he said, young man, let me ask you a few questions before you leave. I said, sure. He's like, do you believe in... he said, first he said, who'd you vote for in the last election? And I kind of gave him a look like, come on. And he said, I understand, first black president of the United States. Guess what? I hope he does a great job. You know why? And I said, no, sir, why? He says, because if Obama does a great job, the country does great. And I was like, wow. I was like, okay. Kind of caught me off guard a little bit. But it was very deep what he said. And he said, let me ask you a few more questions. You can go about your day. I said, sure. He said, do you believe in a smaller government? Yes. Do you believe in protecting the Constitution and amendment rights? Yes. Do you believe in traditional family values? Yes. Do you believe in protecting Christian values? I said, yes. He said, do you believe in just, doing the stronger economy, bringing jobs back, all these things? And I said, yeah, of course. And he said, you know what that was? I said, no, sir. He said, that was conservatism. And I said, really? He said, yeah. He said, you're a sharp young man. I got a feeling you get a little older, you might consider being conservative. And if you do, remember this conversation. I said, sure. Yeah, no problem. So I kind of went back in my truck, went about my day, and I was like, yeah, right, Obama, yes, we can, yada, yada, yada. I was young, naive. But I remember what he said. And so I was listening to guys down south on the radio like Neil Bortz, Larry Elder as well, Thomas Sowell, a lot of legends in conservatism. And a good friend of mine, Doug Kelly, shout to Doug, hope you're listening. He said, consider listening to Rush Limbaugh. So I said, okay, I don't know about Rush. Growing up, we were told Rush is not somebody you want to listen to, somebody you want to take advice from, black Democrats, stay away from Rush. So I ended up talking with him in his kitchen. We ended up getting an argument over politics. And, I was coming from the left Democrat side of things. He was coming from the conservative side of things. I was still on the left leaning a little bit. And we ended up arguing in front of his family in his kitchen, and it got pretty hectic. So at the end, I was like, to stop it because we were getting a little out of control with the argument. I said, look, man, let history determine who's right and who's wrong. We'll see who's right and who's wrong. As time went by, I could see that his side of things was more correct than mine. So I gave him a call. He was at work. He said, what's going on, man? I said, man, that argument we got to a couple weeks ago in your kitchen. He's like, man, that's old news, man. I'm past that. I was like, no, I'm bringing it up because you were right. I was wrong. From this point on, politically, I'm going to start considering conservatism over liberalism. And he's like, oh, okay. All right. So from that point on, I started thinking conservative, started listening to Rush. And Rush really had a heavy influence on who I am as a conservative, my beliefs, how I move right now with, the CRA, the Conservative Republican Alliance, me doing this content, putting it out there. A lot of that has to do with how Rush was getting out there, getting his word out there, getting his message out there to the public with no regards, no filter, none of that. He's like, here it is, raw in your face, conservatism. And he put, a little comedic twist on it too as well. It didn't hurt. And he really stood up for America, American citizens. When Trump was running, he stood up for Trump. Amazing man, amazing voice for conservatism. And like I said, he was one of the biggest, strongest voices personally for me. And I know millions and millions of Americans as well, other than myself, were positively influenced by Rush Limbaugh. So I just want to come out here today, let people know as a black conservative in America that I supported Rush Limbaugh. He was a great man, a great leader, and a great voice for conservatism. So I just want to say God bless to Rush Limbaugh, and condolences to his family, friends, and millions of fans. God bless everybody out there listening. And like always, God bless the United States of America. Peace out.